Hello everyone, my name is Caleb and I'm the creative director for GPS Media, and today we're going to talk about video marketing. Now some of you might think video marketing is just taking a shot on your iPhone and slapping it up there on YouTube or Facebook and calling it a day. Or maybe you're one of those businesses who hasn't started video marketing at all because you just don't see how it's a worthwhile investment. Well, today I'm going to show you 3 critical pieces of video marketing and how they can benefit your business. And the best part is they're cheap to make and have a clear return on investment. At GPS Media, our mission is to help small businesses get found online through content marketing, including video marketing. So let's dive right in. The first great piece of video content to make is a product explainer video. And it's exactly what it sounds like. It's a video explaining how your product or service works and how it benefits your potential clients. At first, it seems straightforward, right? Just show off your product, then people will be interested and they'll ask for a quote, right? Well, there's a certain way to structure explainer videos to get the most interest and compel viewers to get more information. The first thing you want to do is start with a problem, not the product. Your product or service is designed to help alleviate certain problems your customers have, and you should lead with that in the video. Opening with a problem gives the viewer something immediately to connect with, and they'll want to find the answer later in the video. Next, explain how your product fixes that problem, but there's a very specific way you should do it. You should focus on benefits and not features. Now, what's the difference between the two? Think of it like this. The benefit is an end result, and the feature is how that is accomplished. So let's use GPS Media as an example. I would start with a problem. That your business isn't generating enough leads, or maybe you aren't getting enough leads from your website. I wouldn't start my explainer video talking about how we approach content writing or showing off how we make videos for clients. I would talk about the specific benefit first. You're having the problem that you want more leads off your website, and GPS Media helps businesses get found online. Once you connect the benefit of your service to the client's pain point, then you can talk about how your features accomplish that benefit. So once I've explained that I help businesses get found online, then I would go into depth about how we develop a content strategy for businesses and then go from there. And just like that, you've created a video that identifies a client's pain point, shows the benefits of your product or service, and how it fixes that problem. The next video you should make is a cost breakdown video. Now, I know a lot of businesses don't like putting the price up front, but it's actually really beneficial to do so. For one, putting the price out there for everyone to see weeds out unqualified leads. Now, some of you might be saying, but Caleb, we want those leads. We don't want them to just dismiss us because of the price. If the price up front intimidates them, you're probably not going to be able to convince them otherwise, not without employing some kind of high pressure sales tactic. Instead, what a cost breakdown video does is it shows your qualified leads the price of your service and how you came to that price. And again, qualified leads will be comfortable with that price and move forward, so you don't really have to have this awkward conversation with every lead about pricing. Instead, they know coming into the sales call exactly what to expect. Now, how do you make a good cost breakdown video? Well, there's a few key steps. One, you should briefly explain your product or service, but I wouldn't spend too much time on it. If a lead is already looking at pricing, they probably already know what you do and are just interested in finding out how much it's going to cost them. So spending too much time reiterating what you do is just going to make them bounce quicker. Once you've summarized what you do and the services you provide, get right into explaining the price. Don't bury the lead. I know your instinct is probably to explain all the factors and how they influence the price and then reveal the final number. But we have to think about the viewer's journey in this. If I'm watching a 5, 10, 15-minute video explaining the factors of pricing, but I still don't know what the price is going to be, I'm probably not going to watch that video until the end, or I'm going to try and skip to the end to find out what that price is. It's better to start with the price directly and then explain how you got to that number. When you do this, one of 2 things is going to happen. One, unqualified leads are just going to turn off the video because the price is too high. And again, that's a good thing. You don't want to deal with every lead, and filtering out those leads in a video where you don't have to interact with them is better than having a conversation with every single person about price. The second thing that's going to happen is qualified leads are going to continue watching the video to find out how you came to that number. And our whole approach to content marketing is engagement. We believe the more a lead engages with a brand before a sales call, the more likely they are to buy. So if someone spends 5 or 10 minutes watching you explain how you came to your price, that likely means that they're interested in the product and they're ready to purchase something, whether that's you or a competitor. Once you've given the overall price, it's time to break down the cost factors. You don't necessarily have to nickel and dime it and explain the exact hourly wages of all your employees or the manufacturing cost for your products, but giving the lead an idea of all the factors that go into a price helps justify it in their mind, because then they see they aren't just getting their deliverable, they're seeing everything else that goes into making this thing happen. Once you've explained the factors, Talk about the industry and prices at large. You don't have to name competitors specifically or give their exact pricing, but giving the client an honest view of the pricing in the industry is going to help them gauge whether or not your pricing is fair to them. And again, it's important here to be honest and not to misrepresent your competition, because honesty always wins in content marketing. Next, explain your pricing in relation to all of those things. Why your price is higher or lower than your competition's and what your client is going to get out of that. And again, focus on benefits and not features. If you're wondering how long this video should be, it just depends on the business. If it's a one and done service or product, it might be pretty simple to explain the price. But if there's contracts involved, or if it's a continually renewing service, that might take a bit more time to explain. At the end of the day, don't worry about the length of this video. Make sure you are specific and clear and honest. The last piece of video marketing we're going to recommend today is a homework video. Now, what do we mean by a homework video? This means that prior to a sales call, you send the client a video saying, hey, I would like you to watch this video. It's going to go over a lot of information. And you're putting the onus on them to do more work. This is something Marcus Sheridan refers to as assignment selling in his book, They Ask, You Answer. Now, at first this seems really counterintuitive. Why would I ask my client to do a bunch of work when I'm trying to convince them to buy my product or service? Well, again, it comes down to gauging that interest. If someone is just shopping around for the best price, they may not be interested in watching a long video, but if a client is interested, they will spend that time because they want answers to their questions. They want to know more about what you offer. And when you finally see them for that sales conversation, you can ask them if they watched that video. And based on whether or not they watched it, you can gauge how much of a different conversation you need to have. So what should this homework video be? Well, to reference Marcus Sheridan again, we recommend something called an 80% video, meaning a video that answers 80% of the questions that a client has about your product or service. Because again, if they're actually interested in what you offer, they're going to want the answers to those questions. And when it comes to the sales conversation, you can spend more time talking about that person's specific needs over answering the questions that everyone has anyway. And you're probably asking yourself, do people actually watch these videos, or is it going to be a huge waste of time? Well, I have a little bit of data for you. Heritage Custom Painting made 80% videos for all of its residential painting services and sends those to every single client that schedules an estimate with them. The results of that campaign are 500 collective views in 2023, with an average retention rate of 65%. Those numbers are really high, and it shows that qualified leads will take the time to watch those videos if you send them. And there you go, guys. That's 3 video marketing examples that aren't social media based. And I hope you see now that video marketing doesn't just have to be social media or high budget advertising. At GPS Media, we believe creating value-based content that helps customers solve problems is the best way to form relationships and ultimately get more sales. Subscribe to the channel for more helpful tips like this, and we'll see you in the next video.